afternoon, everyone, and welcome to your second Wednesday motivation session. I see there's a few people from Moot here. So Cheslin, welcome. Hello, Marlon. Hi, Bernie. So I hope that you guys are having a wonderful afternoon. Yes, I see your video is on. And just to check, is the sound okay my side? Can everybody hear me well? Does the sound clear? You can just, indicate with your thumbs up. Okay, great. Great. All right. Lovely. So welcome. Yes, I'm sure there are quite a few people who are still on their way. So it's just Moot family just that is here in the meantime. Okay, so welcome. And so just to explain a bit, so this is a space where you get empowered with courage. So courage to live, so be able to express yourself, be empowered to be the best version of yourself. Although it does take time, but you have to start somewhere. Courage to care, to have respect for self, respect for others as well, to really understand and be comfortable with caring for somebody. Caring is cool. And courage to say no, learning, what boundaries are, being empowered to use or be comfortable with, using your boundaries, being able to stand up for your own values. So yes, so that is the business of Moot. Okay, now I would like you guys to just indicate to me, there's still quite a few of us, yeah? So maybe you can just indicate to me your mood or how you feel. So you can see A1 would be smiley. So anyone who would like to share how they feel today? Cheslin, would you like to start? Okay, let's see. So we see people coming. I can't see my chats. Not sure. I saw a chat coming there, but it's not showing for some reason. Yeah. So if you could just maybe unmute yourself, then you can just indicate which emoji indicates your or expresses your mood right now, today, maybe this week. Anyone? Des? Is the video stuck there? So anyone who would like to share how they feel, so whose video actually works? Marlon? So anyone who would like to indicate? So maybe should I start? So I would say maybe I am A6. Okay, I'm feeling kind of cool today, kind of calm and collected. So anyone else? Anyone else? Marlon, I say smile. So if you want to share your emoji. Can you unmute?
So I've got, Andiswa, I've got 2D.
2D?
And I don't know.
Okay, 2D. 2D. Okay, do explain. Okay, well, so why 2D?
Well, firstly, my first answer, and then I cancelled it off the group chat, was to say all of the above. It's I noticed.
No, you have to pick one. There must be a dominant one, Simon.
Yeah, I think that 2D struck out at me because the eyes are wide open, and so what that says emotionally is that's kind of like curious, confused, interested, wide-eyed, a little bit overawed. But I think the word the curious is the main word that comes to me there.
Okay, great stuff. All right, thank you, Simon. Anyone else would like to share? Marlon, I see you've unmuted yourself. So pick the mood,
Okay.
pick the feeling.
Pick
Yeah.
B5. That's how I feel about today. B5.
B5, B.
So like half.
Okay, do share,
Yeah.
do share. That looks a bit gloomy, Marlon. So would you like to share? So would you like to share what that expression means?
Yeah. So the things on this one. Yeah, it's like I feel like half full, but also half empty at the same time. So my energy
Yeah.
levels are halfway, you know. So I'm here. I'm here.
So you're at half tank, in other words. Okay. All right. Great stuff. Thank you, Marlon. Thank you, Marlon. Okay. So if you have troubles with sounds, then you can please feel free to turn off the video. Okay. So just to have more bandwidth there. Okay. So anyone else would like to share their feeling? Cheslin, I have been calling you for the past 5 minutes. Pick a feeling. So what's your feeling? Which one? Okay, I'm not sure whether he can't hear us. Now he's muted himself. Okay. All right. No, okay, then that's fine. That's fine. All right. Anyone else? Anyone else would like to pick a feeling there? So we've got Caleb. Hi, Caleb. We've got Believe as well. Hi, guys. So would you guys like to pick a feeling there? Anyone like to share? Going once? Going twice?
And this, can I suggest
Yes.
that you ask people to put in the comments like D6 or something like that?
Okay. Yeah. So we can do that. Okay. So we can do that while we continue. Okay. I see Caleb there.
Hi, hey, how you doing?
Hey. Hi. Good, Caleb. And you?
Good, thank you very much.
So what's your feeling?
Sorry, I'm a bit confused. What about feelings?
Oh, you pick a feeling there. So we're asking how you're feeling today. Okay. So
How
you
am I
pick.
feeling?
Yeah.
All right.
So Simon was D2, and Marlon was D5, he said. So you can pick one as well.
Wait, all the feelings. Hold on. I saw the emoji con, but my voice, my audio wasn't on.
Okay.
Sorry, can I see that? Is it possible? Can I see that feeling thing again?
Okay, you can just swap your screens then. And maybe you can just, then it's fine. You can just tap your, so whatever you've chosen.
I see it. I see it. Oh,
Yeah,
my feeling.
yeah. Right.
Gosh.
So
Let me see.
Yeah.
I'm
Is
actually
it all
feeling
of them?
I'm feeling quite tired. Will that count?
No, it would count. It's there. So would it be C4, you say? C4?
Okay. Oh, let me just see where C4. C4.
So the one with X's there.
Oh, that's tired. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I thought it was dead.
Okay. All right. and Chris May said C5. Chris May said C5. So let's see C5. No. Oh my goodness. Simon, they need you here today. They definitely need you here today. So Chris May is C5. So maybe Chris May, you can just share the chat platform if you feel that way, if you're comfortable. Okay, we have Simon here who will look after us and be able to uplift our mood. And just speaking about the whole upliftment, that is going to be our topic for today. Okay, but just before we do that, Okay, so we always want to make sure that we deliver. Okay, so that at the end of the session, you get what you guys are tuned in for. So I would like you to just type what you expect from the session. Okay, so you can just type in the chat platform. Okay. Okay, I can see I'm breaking up. Can everybody hear me now? Otherwise, I might.
Your voice is very crackly for me. I don't know, it might just be me, but I just want to let you know that's how it is for me. I don't know about anyone else.
Video. Okay, I'm going to turn off my video. Yeah, I'll put off my video. And now is it better?
Great.
Better. Lovely. Yes. Okay. So your wish is our command. I would like you to type on the chat section what you would like to get out of the session for today. Okay. So yeah. And so the topic for today, as I've said, is uplifting yourself and others as well. I believe during this time, I think in fact just the other time, we do sometimes get into this space where you don't feel like getting up in the morning. You know, you feel like there's just too much on your shoulders, and you literally feel there's a lot, you know, that is on your shoulders. And at times you might maybe not have that person who will lift you up, and you would be required by self to uplift yourself. So, and it requires a lot of courage, I believe, because you need to recognize that I'm not feeling okay today, or, you know, I just feel a bit heavy, you know, a bit heavy-hearted. What can I do? So just that self-realization, it takes, you know, a lot of awareness or even courage to confront that. So we will be talking about, so basically, you know, how does one uplift themselves and how does one uplift others as well? Because again, no man is an island. We need one another. Even in the midst of challenges, we have people who depend on us, you know, who look up to us to take care of them, you know, who look up to us to be that light, you know. So so Simon is going to just take us through that. And so I feel I should introduce him formally. Okay, so Mr. Simon Eakin here is a brand ambassador of Moot. So he is one of our, you know, prized, beloved brand ambassadors. And so on top of that, he's actually an author. So also he is, so he runs leadership, or he does leadership coaching. And he has coached, you know, nationally and internationally. So this man has traveled the world. Maybe he will tell us a bit about his adventures as well. And he is originally from England, but at some point when he came to Africa, when he traveled to Africa, he decided, you know what, this is going to be my home. And we're so grateful, you know, that he decided to settle here, because he has done just so much in, you know, uplifting, developing people, developing people's leadership qualities, and also just helping people find the courage within themselves, you know, to express who they are, to express themselves articulately, you know, to tell their story with, you know, with purpose, you know, to share who they are to the world. So he's very passionate about people, about developing people as well. So he jumped at the opportunity when we asked if he could be one of our presenters in these Wednesday motivation sessions. So thank you so much, oh dear Simon. And so I will hand it over to you. Thank you so much. Okay, you are on mute, so I'm going to unmute you. Okay,
Sorry.
you are.
Okay.
There you go. There you go.
All right.
Now we can hear
Great.
you. Yeah.
Okay. So what I'd like to do to start with is, it's great to see who's there. We've got 8 people, most of whom I either know. Chesme Lockdown 11. Is that how you pronounce your name, Chesme? I hope I got that right. And then Andile, I know. Bernie, I know. Caleb, it's really nice to see you, man. We've interacted a lot, and it's great to see you. You look like a very, very interesting man there, lying back on your pillow. I love it. You look relaxed. I love your hairstyle. Beautiful stuff, man. Thank you. Cheslin, lovely to see you as well. Jackie, great to see you. And then Simone, hello, Simone. We haven't met before, so not to my knowledge. So what I'd like to do to start off with, is when it comes to motivation and getting going and all that stuff, I think sometimes we're guilty of trying too hard. And what I'd like to do to start off with is just get a sense of where are you actually? It's not very kind of cool or trendy or something to say, I'm actually feeling quite depressed, or I'm feeling pissed, sad. But the crazy thing about feelings and emotions is that unless we express them, they have a hold over us. So actually, it's a really good thing to express how we're feeling. I noticed that even for myself in those emoticons, there was a part of my ego that wanted to say happy, woo. But actually the reality is, sometimes I just feel like shit, and that's normal and that's human. So what I'd like to share with you is the 5 main groups of feelings. Okay, so please make a note of these, write these down, right? So the 5 main feelings are as follows: mad, bad, sad, glad, and afraid. I'll say that again: mad, bad, sad, glad, and afraid. So as you hear those 5 words, and those are kind of the root emotions, and even underneath that there are fundamental. I'm going to flip between emotions and feelings for now, but just bear with me. So underneath those are principal emotions. Just write in the comments, what are those 2 principal emotions and feelings, would you say? Let's write them down. Oh, I just see Chris me, like kiss me. That's great. Thank you, Chris me. Okay, I've just turned off my video because apparently I'm breaking up. I hope that is better. Just give me some feedback in the chat box, please. So what I'd like to hear from you is what are the 2 main emotions or feelings that we experience as human beings? So just write those in the comments box, please. And you can find the comments box, the chat box at the very bottom, just in case you don't know where to find it. If you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see chat. It'll open up the chat, and then you just type in your message. What are the 2 main emotions? And hello, Regina, who's just joined us. Bernie's telling me that you can't hear me. I don't know if that's only Bernie or if that's everyone. Please, will someone say if they can hear me in the comments box? Please just say if you can hear me or if you still can't hear me. Okay, it looks like a number of people can hear me. Bernie, you can't. I hope that let's just keep moving on. Okay, so that question, those two, what are the two primary emotions, please? What are the two primary emotions? Just write them down. You can say anything you like. You can say black and white. You can say goofy and snooty. You can say green and brown. I don't care, but just write. There we go. Okay, great. Happiness and sadness. Excellent. Thanks, Chisme. A couple of other people, just write down, what are those two principal emotions? I'm going to write it in the, what are the two primary emotions? Content and angry. Thank you. Thanks, Simone. Happy and sad as well. Yeah, good. Okay. So consider these, and I'm going to write them down as well. Love and fear. Okay, so you know when you're in a place of love, don't you? And you also know when you're in a place of fear. Love just feels good. It's effortless. It's easy. It has flow. And fear is just the opposite. So when I say, please acknowledge that, just click a thumbs up or a yes, or just please over comment in the chat box at the moment because the connection's not so good, please. Thanks, everyone. Okay, so love and fear. Now, there's love and fear, and then after love and fear are those 5 emotions that I just said there. And I'm going to write them in again. 5 principal emotions after the 2 base emotions are mad, bad, sad, glad, and afraid. Okay, so anytime you can't hear me, just say I can't hear you and then I know. Okay, so of those 5 principal emotions, what comes after that ultimately is there are about 45,000 words for emotions. Okay, so language is incredibly powerful. And the beauty of language is that when you speak something, it comes into existence, or it manifests in a different way. So please will everyone write down of those principal emotions, which is the one that you have been feeling the most, or which is the one that you are feeling at the moment. Please write that down. Thanks, Chisme. Thank you. Thanks, Andy Sweat.
Hi everyone, seems like we've just experienced a little bit of a technical glitch. Just waiting for Simon to sign back in.
Hello, can you hear me?
There we go.
Can you hear me now? All right. Sorry, I'm just so much. Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Well, someone. Okay, I can. All right, got it. I've got those messages. Okay, good. Thank you. All right. So, in the words of a famous general, I have found in battle that plans are useless, but planning is indispensable. And so here's an example of that. We had a plan, it went south, and now we're back in communication. Okay, great. Okay, so please will you write down, hello Regina from Moot, Norway, wonderful. Okay, so please will you write down which of those primary feelings, the ones that I spoke about there, that you're feeling strongest: mad, bad, sad, glad, and afraid. If you haven't already done so. Okay, great. I see there's some responses here. Let me scroll back up. It's better. Sound breaking up. Hang on. Okay. All right. Now, the thing is, there's a whole range of different emotions. But what science has proven is that when we can actually share what's really going on with us and have the courage to express ourselves, those feelings can actually dissolve or dissipate. And unfortunately, in our society, what generally happens is that it's kind of okay to be glad, and to be happy, and if we look at the responses that we make to people when we say, how are you doing? We say things like always good, or yeah, fine, or something like that. But what we're not very good at is just naming it. And particularly the emotions of sadness. And so, Chisme, I really appreciated what you said there, because I don't know you, but I can already tell that you seem to be a very authentic, honest human being. And that, for me, I notice that draws me close to you as a human being. Now, it's not to say that if you say glad, you're not. You feel how you feel. But what I really want to encourage you as a way to, given the intention of this session is uplifting yourself, is tell the truth. When someone says how you're doing, tell them the truth, right? Now, there's different times when you're asked how you're doing. If someone says, hey, how you doing? You go, yeah, fine. And we'd say things like that, but try and practice getting a feeling in there. And if you're feeling, peed off or angry or sad, then say that. So I remember speaking to a friend of mine, and I hadn't seen him for a while, and we met up, and he was all jolly and joyful, and I really was not feeling jolly and joyful at all. And he came up and he met me, and he's like, oh, mate, how you doing? All right. And I said, no, I'm not actually. I'm not feeling good at all. I'm feeling actually pretty angry and pretty sad. And he was like, oh, he kind of stopped in his tracks. I said, no, it's fine. You don't have to do anything with it. And we carried on the conversation. And what I noticed was that the moment I actually said that, it almost evaporated. So
Yes. To do is
Hi, can you guys hear me? Okay, I think it seems to be fine. Simon seems to be struggling terribly with the technology. Okay, thank you, Bernie. he seems to be struggling terribly with his with his connection. So we do apologize for that. Okay. All right. So okay, just as we wait for the return of Simon, so hopefully he will come through. I would like us just to do a short exercise, okay? So that is a flashlight exercise, okay? So those in the Mood family will know what we mean by flashlight. So we use the tool flashlight to refer to focusing on the positive. I think this is the best time to actually focus on the positive. So I know we don't know each other very well. Okay, I've just gotten a message from Simon. He says power outage. Imagine in the middle of a beautiful session, power outage happens. So he's trying to sort out data. But while we're waiting for Simon, okay, I know we don't know one another very well here. And so we've just shared our different emotions there. But what I would like you to do, okay, it's going to be a challenge. It's going to take a bit of courage as well. So I am going to, if I call you, okay, if I call your name, so it'll be partners, okay? So if I call your names, I want you guys to say something positive about each other. I know you don't know each other, okay? But you don't have to know someone to say something positive to them, okay? So, yeah. So according to my list, I've got Kismi and Bernally, okay? So Kismi and Bernie, I want you guys to say something that you like or something positive to each other, okay? On the chat or in the chat section. I am going to read it, so please make an effort, okay? So I've got Bernie and Kismi. I've got the second pair, Caleb and Cheslin, okay? You guys do know each other, I think. So I think you definitely have something to go on there. So Caleb and Cheslin. Then I've got Jackie and Marlon. Okay, so quickly, I want you to just write something positive in the chat platform. Okay, now. Okay, so I see something. So let's see. Okay, so sweet. Kismi says to Bernie, you have beautiful hair, Benelli. That is so sweet. Bernie, are you blushing yet? And Bernie says to Kismi, you have a beautiful smile. Oh, you really do have a beautiful smile. Good Lord. Okay, lovely. And Jackie says, I love your energy, Marlon. Thank you, Jackie. Okay, let's see them coming. At Cheslin, so Caleb to Cheslin. I dig your outgoing personality. Oh, nice, nice. Very nice, okay. Do we have everyone? Did we get everyone?
Not yet. No.
Okay, so who else are we missing there? Let's see. So where are the rest? Okay. So we've got Bernie, Kismi, we got Caleb, and then we got, oh yes, I'm the seventh one. Okay. Can I get some love, please? Because clearly I don't have a partner here. Marlon. Yes, Marlon. Marlon. Is Marlon here? Or did he get kicked out? Let's see. Marlon. Is Marlon here? Okay, so we're missing feedback from Marlon. So let's see. Oh, Marlon and Jess. Okay. All right, guys, we're waiting for you to share. So we got Caleb, we got from Caleb, we got from Kizmi, we got from, okay, let's see. Caleb. So this is from Chaselin. He says, Caleb, I love your boldness. I love how you carry yourself. You are fearless and a role model to myself. You taught me that I can literally do anything. Oh, that is so sweet. Thank you, Chaz. Right, so Marlon. So we're missing Marlon now. Yeah, Marlon is here. Okay,
So,
Marlon.
And this one, Marlon said, what I love about Jackie is her radiance and that she has this never giving up spirit amongst from her beautiful hairdo. Let's not forget about Andiswa. I love her voice.
Oh, that is. Well, thank you. Thank you that you've thought of me. I appreciate that. Great stuff. You see, we don't need to really know one another very well in order to say something positive. And even, you know, just even if you've known a person just for 2 minutes, you know, there's something positive or there's something that you can compliment them by. So that is really sweet. Thank you. Thank you so much. So let's practice
The
that.
return of Simon.
Hello, can you hear me?
He has returned. He has returned. I held the fort, Simon, and now
I'm sure you would. I'm sure you would. It sounded fantastic. Sounded like you're doing a great job.
Thank you very much. Okay, I shall hand back over to you then.
So what were you, just let me pick up where you left off. What were you doing for the last 10 minutes or so?
All right, so we decided to do a flashlight exercise. So that is everyone said something positive about everybody else. So I paired people and then they said something nice about their partners. That was very nice. You can see the feedback there. Beautiful, beautiful.
Oh, lovely.
All right.
Fantastic. Great. I see Julie joined us. Excellent. So I want to just go back to the feelings and to acknowledge the importance of feelings. So I'm gonna test this on myself right now. So if you said to me, okay, Sai, how are you feeling right now? I'd say I'm furious. Because I got, you know, I was on the call. It was, you know, it was going how it was going, and then we have a power cut. Like, how does a power cut happen now? You know, and then I couldn't get onto my web, onto my banking app, and then I noticed there'd been something had come off my account without my authorization, and I'm like, what the, you know, like that, right? And even as I speak it, I realize that it's actually kind of funny, but I need to be able to say it to see that it's funny. Do you know what I'm talking about? So it's kind of like when we're stressed and frustrated, it becomes, life becomes incredibly serious and difficult. And yet when we express it, it's like seeing other people's problems. Other people's problems are always quite amusing to us on some level, aren't they? Not necessarily amusing, but they're just not as serious as we believe our problems to be. So just put in the comments bar if that makes sense to you, or give me a thumbs up or something like that. So I'm just trying to, God, this is really hard. I'm on my phone. I'm not getting any, I've got a thumbs up there. Okay, great. Okay, makes perfect sense. Thank you guys very much indeed. So I'm reminded of, you know, when, you know, men make plans and God laughs. And so I notice I'm right in the middle of that. I'm really wanting to make a difference to you in the short time that we've got here together, guys. Let me just see these messages coming through because I don't know how to read them. Okay, great. Makes perfect sense. We're with you. I think we need to say things in order for us to realize how we really feel. So it makes sense. Okay, great. Thank you guys very much indeed for that. So what I want to do is I want to leave you with something practical that you can work with. Okay, so given that the context of this, the objective of this call is uplifting yourself and others, I'm going to focus on tool around communication. Some of you who know me will know this tool. I find it incredibly powerful. So you know what it's like when we all have things we want to say, and there are some things they're just too difficult to say, aren't they? We have frustrations with our partners, we have differences with our work colleagues, we have even on the other end of the spectrum, even when we have joy, sometimes we find it really hard to just say it, right? So this is I'm going to give you the steps of a system. And the system is called, it goes by a couple of different names, but one of them is non-violent communication. Non-violent communication. I notice that, communication tends to fall into the realm of peaceful and loving and productive, or argumentative, resisting, fighting, right? So often what happens is that when we have something that we really want to communicate, we hold it in because we're worried about how the other person will respond. Does that make sense? Give me a thumbs up if this is making sense, or say something else. I'm really just shooting on the comments here. I'm assuming that you can hear me, and that's all I've got to go on right now. So please over communicate on the comments box, guys, please. So a friend of mine once said to me, what other people do or say doesn't make you angry. What makes you angry is what you don't say and what you don't do. And I've never forgotten those words. And so the steps of this nonviolent communication, the other name of it is collaborative communication. So the first step, imagine, okay, I'm just going to paint a scenario here. Say Andiswa and I have had a disagreement and we're not talking to each other. It's a work-related thing. I've got her opinions about me. She's got her opinions about me, and so on and so forth, right? So the first thing that we need to do, and please write these down, right? So the first thing that we need to do, this is like a podcast. I'm enjoying it. Lovely, thanks, Jules. So the first thing we need to do is to start the communication with the other person. So the first step is to make a request of that person. So in Andiswa's case, I would say to her, so Andiswa, I've got something quite important that I want to communicate. Can I just get 15 minutes of your time? And most people will say yes. If they're grumpy and they say no, just come back and try it another time, right? So if you remember, it's not what you say that's important, but how you say it that's really important. So I would say to her, can we have 15 minutes? I've got some things I just really want to communicate with you. And she'll go, yes, okay, great. So that's the first one, right? Is the request. The second step, that's number one. Number two is the agreement. So what I'm looking for is an agreement in communication between the two of us so that we can say so that I can say what needs to be said. So I would then say to Andiswa, please can I request that you just listen to me? I've got some things I want to say, some stuff's been coming up for me. I just want to clear the air between us. Can I ask that you don't interrupt? You just hear me through, and then I'd love to, when I'm finished, I'd love to hear what you've got to say. And Andiswa, being a decent person, she'll say, yeah, cool. Okay, that's good. Please keep those comments coming, guys. I want to see those comments because that tells me that I should keep going, and that most importantly, that you're able to hear me. So that's the second step. Then the next step number 3, is called the data, or what happened. Okay, so thanks, Santish, for you are decent. So the next step is the data, or what happened. Now, human beings are not very good at this. So we go into emotion, we go into making up stories about each other or about situations. We don't look at the facts. So the facts, for example, with Andiswa is that let's say we had a disagreement on Tuesday, and I'm just thinking up a scenario here, and she spilled coffee all over my lovely proposal and she didn't apologize, right? So the data, or what actually happened, would be to say, Andiswa, there was an event that happened, you remember, on Tuesday, and you spilled the coffee all over my proposal, right? That's it. There's not even, anything else to it. And she goes, yeah, I remember that.
because that's just the facts. Even anyone who would see that would know that those facts are the same. Okay. So then this is where it gets really good. Is the next step is your feelings. How do they? So what I want to do is I want to express to Andiswa how I felt. So when you did that, Andiswa, and you spilled that coffee, and I felt so angry because you didn't even apologize. You didn't even try and clean it up. You just stormed out, and that was really not cool. And I'm still actually really angry about that. Okay, and Andiswa was going at this point, right in the conversation, he's going yes, I will. I will repeat the steps. Thank you, Julia. So then I'm expressing my feeling, and notice I'm saying I'm angry. How so little of the time do we actually get to say to other people in our lives, I'm angry about what you said. We tend to exhibit anger, or we suppress anger, but we don't tell people in actually a very loving, which is what this conversation is, a very loving, committed interaction. Okay, so that's the feelings. The next step is observations. So perhaps if one of you could write this in, Julia, maybe you could write this in, or Andiswa, or Chisme, these steps as we go. In fact, can I ask one of you just to write these steps as we go? So if you're making a note of it, we've done the first one, request; second, agreement; third, the data or what happened; the fourth is the feeling; and the fifth is the observation. But I will go through it at the end. So then the observation is, this really gives you an opportunity to say, how it was for you or what you observed. And so my observation, Andiswa, in you doing this is that, I thought that was really selfish. I thought it was inconsiderate of me, of you doing that. And I also observed that you're probably really busy, so here's me getting in your world, right? So I observed that you're probably really busy. I mean, we both had a lot going on. And what I observe is it's really an opportunity for us to clear the air and get in communication, which is what I'm doing now. Okay, so that's step number 5. Step number 6 is needs. So what do I need? What I need from you, Andiswa, is firstly please try not to behave that way in future. And what I need is open, clear, loving communication. If you're angry about something that I've done, please be in communication. And the same for me. I need to be better in communication as well to express that to you. So that's the step is needs. What do you need? And it's a great question for us as human beings to ask each other, what do you need? And then the last but one question is request. So what is your request? My request of you, Andiswa, is please can we schedule some time together? I don't think we really know each other very well. What I'd love to do is to schedule some time, once a week together, where I know we're in lockdown. And I think it's also, we're all quite frustrated. I know I certainly have been, but let's spend half an hour, literally just have a coffee together. You make a coffee, I make a coffee, and we just chill with each other. We ask questions, we share what's really going on with each other. And I think we can really enhance our relationship. And I think it can also have a big impact on the team as well. As Julia says, a digital coffee day. I really like that. And then step number 8 after request is the final piece, which is acknowledgement. And so I really want to thank you for listening to me in this conversation. You haven't interrupted once. If I was anything like you, I would definitely have interrupted, or I would definitely have felt like interrupting. And I've really appreciated you giving me the space to acknowledge my request and allow myself to actually express what's going on for me. So thank you, and I really and thank you for that. Now I'd like to put the ball back in your court. Is there anything you want to say? Here's the cheat sheet of the 8 steps of doing this. You're welcome to do that. Or what you can do is I can send it to you and we could have a conversation about, you could have your go tomorrow, for example. But is there anything you want to say right now, just to complete this for ourselves? And then Andy sort of would say something like, no, I got it. I didn't realize, you felt that way. It's been really good to hear. I'm sorry about the impact of my actions. I've been really stressed as well. So there's a structure that we've got that's able to work through. Guys, I really, we've just got a couple of minutes left. I really, really encourage you to practice this. Practice with people in your life, in your family, in your work. There is the beauty of this model. There is nothing we cannot say to another human being. And I think particularly one of the toughest areas is in our personal relationships. You know, we carry a lot around with us. We have these massive expectations of the people in our lives, and we expect them to be mind readers. And the truth is they're not. We have to communicate. We have to say what's on our mind. And the beauty of this process is that it allows you to get off your chest what you need to in a way that the other person can hear. So I hope that makes sense to you. I see that someone has written that in. Marlon, that's great, man. Thank you very much. Request, agreement, data / what happened. Great. Number 4, feelings. Number 5, observation. Number 6, needs. Number 7, request. Number 8, acknowledgement. Fantastic. Great. Please leave some comments in the box, guys, about this. And I have a challenge to you. So, or an invitation / challenge is in the next 24 hours. In fact, I would say even by the time the day is done, identify someone in your life, even if it's something small, and say to them, look, I've just learned this tool around communication. Can I go through these steps with you and see how they respond and see what opens up? The beauty of this is that you'll be doing something different to what you've always done. So I hope that's useful for you. And I'm going to invite, I'm just thinking how I can do this. I don't know. I'm thinking of something off the top of my head, but it's not quite coming. I wanted to invite someone to do something, but it's not coming to me at the moment. Okay, any comments, any questions, please, guys, in the last 2 minutes that we've got, please write them in the comments. Works like a bomb, says Julia. Great. But as you said, it takes courage to practice. Quick question before you go. Is all 8 steps possible in that 15 minutes or request, or do we request more? So that's a really great, oh, lovely. Okay, so look, those 8 steps are a guideline. Honestly, if you did one of them, that would be great. You know, if you just said to someone, look, I've got a request, I need to say something. If you just said that, that's going to open up a conversation. And that leads into what Cheslin was just saying there. Let the words find you, Simon. I thought that was beautiful, right? So when you pick any one of those, you know, if I had this conversation with Andisu, I'd say, like, I just want to tell you how I'm feeling, right? Or this is what I need from you. Or Andisu, can I make a request? If you pick one or don't, it doesn't have to be a 1 through 8 linear process. Just get started. The most powerful thing is to get started. Hope that makes sense. Just seeing if there's any other questions. I agree, take 1 or 2 steps, and it leads into an honest and open conversation. So so just to tie it up, as we're now done on time, the objective was uplifting ourselves and others. Would you say yes or no? Has this conversation helped you with uplifting yourself? And do you think it can also uplift others? Yes or no, please. And if it's no, it's fine. That's your truth. Which one is, Caleb, which is the most important step of all? Getting started. Getting started. That's the one you need to focus on. It's saying, you know, Dad, Mum, and whoever else, I got a conversation. It's really hard for me, but I want to get started. That is 90% of the job done. Oh, it's beautiful. Thank you, Cheslin. That's a lovely thing to say, man. Getting started should be number 9. That's funny. Yeah, getting started will be a lot of courage on my side. And Diswa, give me a call. Let's chat after this anyway, but let me see if I can help you in that regard as well. Excellent. Thank you, everyone. It's been great. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Oh, thank you so much, Simon. This was, my goodness. Now you have opened things that were locked away for a very long time. But this is a courage conversation. If we need to get things done, if we need to get things sorted that really weigh heavy in our lives, we have got to do them and really use these tools. So I think, for, on my side, this is definitely, it is going to be helpful. I will just start with the first step very slowly. But
Great.
but this was really helpful. But we really appreciate, and I can see everyone judging from the chat is really appreciative of your message. So thank you so much. We look forward to having you back here again in a few weeks' time to just uplift us some more and empower us on the tools so that we can courageously just live this life. So thank
Fantastic. And it would be lovely if many of you could be on the call, and then we can check in and see how you got on.
Yeah, definitely. So so thank you so much, guys, for joining. And so we will see you back here, same time, same place, Wednesday. So hashtag show more courage. Goodbye.
Great. Bye. Bye.
Take care.
See you next week, Wednesday. Bye-bye.
Yeah, take care.
Bye.
Bye, Christy.